Okay. So this is where you start. Yeah, the frame rate sucks. Where's my zoom? I can't remember how to zoom. Oh, speak, where are you? There you are. Okay, this should be. There you go. What kind of face is that? Let's turn around so the frame rate's better. Yep. Yep. Alright, so anyway, this is where you start in Sydney. Boring old field. Yep. Alright, so anyway, I'm not quite sure what that was. I'll check the bank, see if anything's there later. But, okay. This is Sydney. Frame rate sucks. Right now, this is your backpacks where you hold stuff for your personal guy avatar. That's what it is. You have no money, but you got money in the bank they give you by default. So, if I want to get somewhere, type in /taxi. This is telling you it's gonna be taking that much money from the bank. The game just doesn't take the money if you don't have it anywhere. So you'll never get stuck anywhere, but as long as you have money, you'll take it. Yeah, oh, this is the one that says it. The first one was asking that much money, and then this one says you don't have any in your backpack, so take from the account. Taxi. Wow, the texture's bad at night. Okay. Yeah, the frame rate's pretty bad. Can't remember if we could clip through this fence. I think so. Sometimes it works. Yep. Now, first place we gotta go is... Oh, people online. We gotta head to the hangar. You notice as soon as we look at the buildings, the frame rate goes to tanks. Center the camera. Come on, center. There you go. And that big blue and white building's the hangar. So let's see what they have for us. Okay. Well, the way to get out of a taxi is get off. /get off, and you get out. Normally if you do that with any vehicle that you own, it'll just drop, the vehicle will stay here, and it's not really advisable to leave stuff here. You generally want to leave stuff in the hangar. This is the base suit that you get, and basically it's a mistake to even try and go out with this thing. Basically good just to learn the controls, run around a little bit. This tall building is the bank. Let's see. See, there's no backpack type items in here. That's how much money we have. Well, I think they've upped the amount of money that you get in the beginning. There's no real purpose to leave all your money in the bank, so you don't lose it when your suit's destroyed and your character doesn't die. And these are emergency toolkits that will go in container. Mobile suits all have their own containers, 8 slots. Certain vehicles have more than 8 slots, so they're good for mining or farming other kinds of materials. But right now I don't want to actually use this suit, so I'm not going to take that out because it will disappear if I sell this suit. Okay then. Alright, so I just had a couple things crash on me. First of all, Fraps just kind of ate the recording because the game crashed. Basically what I did was, after the game crashed, I headed over to the hangar, dropped off the mobile suit, then you can either walk or use the taxi slash taxi command to get over here. And basically this is the vehicle purchase. What I did afterwards was I went to sell, and I sold the 2 mobile suits that we had. You just click sell right there. But then I was looking at this, looking at all the different mobile suits when the game crashed. So, like I was saying in the video that crashed, the light armor is a pretty good base choice. So I'm gonna buy that just for sale purposes. And alright. It's quite a bit faster. And well, I'm just gonna post basic controls. I'm just gonna post the wiki page in the description probably. So that way I don't have to go through all the ridiculous options in here. Like, I don't know what all this means. You could fiddle around with these for if your computer runs really slow. I'm only getting like 15 frames per second in the city, but the city's just horrible in terms of frames. This has to do with your menu bars. I don't know what this does. There's some audio settings in here somewhere. Yeah, there's some audio settings. 3D sound, which kind of sounds bad in this game. You could try it if you want. You know, I don't know Japanese, so... Alright, so after you get this, basically you want to go to your container. You have to go to the bank, open that, then you just basically drag and drop. So take the emergency toolkits, and you could do that in the other direction for the bank, but if you're going from the container over here, you have to drop in the container tab over here. Same thing with the backpack to backpack tab. Money obviously only goes in the backpack, and these repair kits are good for when you're fighting, but they're quite a bit more expensive than if you were just repairing. So here are the weapons. I'll go over that in a second. That's the weapon purchase. Right now, what is it? Oh, no. This game has fantastic clipping. Basically, I want to get up here, and what I want to do is get off, drop it in your hangar, and I think it's /point. No, just go to /waypoint. Hold on a second, I forgot the command. I'll be right back. Alright, so, got back from the wiki. I don't use this command very often, so, once you get all your points for in the game world that you want to set that aren't already default areas in the game, you don't really use this command much, but, when you start, you want to go to your main city. I usually put it on, it's a waypoint. You put it on top of, or next to your hangar. So type in /mark and Sid hang, and it will save the coordinates of Sydney's hangar. Because if you take the default transport location to just Sydney, there's a place, you know, where we spawned way out in that field, it'll bring us there, and that's horrible. This will just put us right at the hangar, which is next to all the businesses to do all your stuff. This is also where everyone else lands. So if you want to go anywhere, you type in transport, and basically these are all the default locations. Some of these places there's not much going on, but others are places for raids, to raid other Xeon cities. supply teams are generally like outposts outside the main cities to go and fight some AI, and your user tab just shows the stuff that you've already marked. So now that that's out of the way, we're gonna get back in the light armor. To the weapons facility. Alright, now let's open up the container because you're gonna be dropping stuff in there. We want something cheap, so usually you want something. Where's the long rifle? There's the long rifle. This is basically a cheap, dirt cheap gun. Uses machine gun bullets, which are also dirt cheap. Fires single shots, and it's one of the longer range guns. So if you're not confident in your your defense skills yet, it's good to use that out of the range of the enemy. So you want to buy MS machine gun cartridges, max that out. Now you also have to remember not to load up too much stuff in your container, because if you do that, you'll be spending a lot of money, and then if your suit's lost, you lose everything in the container. You can retrieve it by getting another suit, but usually it's surrounded by enemies at that point, and you can't really get there. And you lose some materials even if you try and retrieve it. So, here's that. So, we have our long rifle, our machine gun, and what else do we have? Toolkits, we already have 50 of them. 50 is the max you can have of that in your container. Incidentally, you can't have multiple stacks. Items stacked like this, you get 50, but once you get to the maximum for the stack, you can't have multiples of the same item stacked. So, I mean, if you want to have more, you can always go with like buy some level 2s and then some level 3s. These perform better, but unless you have a good repair skill, they don't work at all. So it's good just to bulk up on these, use them until they're pretty reliable, like I'd say 50 to 75%. I never get that high because I generally don't use these. I usually just bug out if my damage gets that high to use the kits. At least with a suit like this, with low defense. So now that we have the main gun, we're going to need a shield. So all the shields do the same defense right now. So the light armor doesn't really have a shield by its default design. So there's nothing really that matches it. And I'll just pick the shield. If I remember correctly, you can just hit 0 on the numpad. It will just no 0. Can't remember, slash. Okay, well, we got our 2 basic weapons, so let's equip that. Manipulator 1, in other words, your first slot for your hand weapons, is the long rifle, and your shield is the RX-78 base shield. You know what it is? I think it's 0 off the... No? Yeah, it is 0. Okay, if you hit 0 on the top bar, you can take the shield out, put it back in. If you're in for long fights, or you're prepared for that, you fill up your container with cheap shields, and whenever your shield breaks, it just kind of disintegrates and falls over. It just disappears. So then you just tap 0, and it'll grab the first shield in your list and toss it on your arm. So that's good. But you also see there's a second manipulator. You can grab other guns. Now, for the purpose of what I'm doing right now, I'm not really going to get into other weapons other than a long rifle, because it's basic, and it's such a slow firing rate that you're pretty much guaranteed to get a good earning ratio when you're farming for XP. At least per shot, not per unit of time it fires. So that's done. Over to the hangar. Drop your mobile suit in. You fall out of the sky, and Next, we're going to head out to the supply depot. I believe that's the supply transport. Go to default supply team. That's what it is. We'll head out to supply team 34, and yeah. All right. So see you later. Bye.